In this video, we are going to be taking a look at artificial intelligence, the Lightning Network, self-sovereign identity services, as well as Binance getting into the artificial intelligence game. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wade Teamer, and of course, you're watching the Digit Hustle News. Now, today's look at the future, guys, is going to be a bit unique. We're actually going to start with FetchAi. This story came to me this morning. Now, they are excited to announce a new partnership with Liquid Chefs UK, which we represent at the World Economic Forum Davos in 2022, guys. Now, when I saw this, I was immediately pulled in. You guys know how much we pay attention to the World Economic Forum around here. And with FetchAI essentially debuting a new partnership at the Davos conference, which, if you missed it this year, guys, all of the major players were there for Q1 of 2021 and then went on to take over 2021. Now, coming up is a clip that I have attached that comes from FetchAI that's going to explain this a little bit more. After we watch that, guys, I'm going to tell you how I feel about their placement in the World Economic Forum's conference.
FetchAI and Liquid Chefs have partnered together to help consumers make more sustainable choices, whilst also helping companies reduce their emissions within their supply chains. Verified using blockchain and autonomous economic agent technology, Fetch strengthens security and trust within supply chains. Enabled with this technology, Fetch agents collect data from all stages along supply chains to provide full data transparency and verification for sustainability metrics.
So, yes, as you can see, very important technology being used. But what is Liquid Chefs UK, guys? Well, their Twitter page illustrates that they are designer bars, styles, bartenders, sophisticated drinks, mobile bar hire for any private or corporate event. So let's take a look at their website, guys, liquidchefs.co.uk. Now, this is a very, very interesting partnership here. But what I'm seeing being created, this is tokenization, user monetization. The Liquid Chefs brand essentially allows for pop-up bars to appear everywhere. So with that type of situation, what you often have is different data points that these bartenders may need to access, and they're not necessarily close to their main base or HQ, if you will. With Fetch AI and their technology, they're going to be able to allow these bars to pop up in more places now and still connect to that main network. So, and that will be, of course, through the form of their multi-agent system. This also applies to supply chains and, of course, sustainability for the environment, things like that, guys. So this is big. And then the fact that they are presenting this at the World Economic Forum for 2022, one of the first announcements for the Davos conference that I've seen, that's going to position Fetch AI next year to be very, very massive, guys. So when it comes to Fetch, we're still early, guys. So we can take advantage of that. Now, next, we're going to talk about the Lightning Network, guys. Of course, Jack Dorsey stepped down from Twitter, went over to Square, rebranded it to Block, started another company called Spiral, and now Spiral is releasing a Bitcoin Lightning development kit, guys, and Jack Dorsey's puppet has promoted it. This one is real simple, guys. The Lightning Development Kit is Spiral's BTC's latest offering to the community and to the world. The LDK is the simplest way to integrate Lightning into your Bitcoin wallet. It's free to use and it contains building blocks that anyone can merge with their product or application. The big news, however, is Jack Dorsey's puppet, of course. The company released this video to promote the Lightning Developments Kit's release. Now, of course, you can check this out on Spiral, their YouTube page, guys. Of course, I won't play that because I'm pretty sure it's copyrighted. But nevertheless, guys, the Lightning Network is coming into the fold and it's coming in fast. Some more statistics from the Lightning Network include the fact that now they are over 100 million Yeah, well, 200 million. It's a lot of money in the Lightning Network now, guys. I can't remember the exact quote, but I did see it in the headlines this week. The Lightning Network is increasing capacity. And if you've been following Jack Dorsey's narrative when it comes to the Bitcoin space ever since the Bitcoin conference, and then earlier in 2020, actually, guys, there were talks about Jack Dorsey had begun talking about decentralized finance and how to integrate social media into the financial world and stuff like that. So, to see this unfold, to see how far this has come, guys, again, it's one of the beautiful things about blockchain, about being early to this space, guys. We get to see all of this stuff roll out before the masses. So the Lightning Network is going to be very important, guys. Again, this is Bitcoin's layer 2, which means much like what happens with Polygon and Ethereum, the same thing is going to now be occurring with the Lightning Network. And also keep in mind, we have other blockchains like ICP, for example, bringing smart contracts to Bitcoin. There are DeFi chain, which is looking to bring DeFi to Bitcoin. On top of that, guys, and this actually ties into a video I got coming out later, the government of Australia is looking to back their currency with some relationship to Bitcoin. So, all of those things, guys, and of course, El Salvador, their situation, all of that came about, guys, because of the Lightning Network. So, throughout this year, when I started to cover the Lightning Network, no other YouTubers were talking about it. Of course, I now know why. Because with this Lightning Network, it actually makes Bitcoin more a payment utility than a store of value, guys. And that's going to be a very big discussion next year. So we got to keep our eyes on that. But we're going to move forward, guys. We're going to talk about self-sovereign identity wallet Talo. Okay. They give consumers control over their personal digital data. Now, this necessarily isn't centered around a specific plot project, but it's still blockchain industry. And I want you guys to start being accustomed to hearing blockchain based identity services. It's going to be all over 2022. Okay, guys. And the video that I have coming out Sunday about the agenda for 2022, the stories that would come out this week, once we watch that video, guys, it'll all make sense. Okay. So, got a weeks long narrative playing out here on the channel. So, make sure you stick around. But identity theft could soon be something of the past as we are now entering a new era of innovation, an era in which individuals retain control and sovereignty of their own data. Blockchain based digital identity specialist Talo, a Paris based startup which specializes in self sovereign identity solutions and blockchain based solutions, is the developer of the first French smartphone wallet for self-sovereign identity. The company just announced the availability of its new identity wallet for all mobile users in Europe. The secure, innovative wallet in 5 languages enables European citizens to self manage their digital identities without depending on third party providers like platforms or institutions. The Talio SSI wallet, self sovereign identity wallet, is the first available app on Apple and Google stores to establish the person's identity in the format of the Tezos network. Talos chief operating officer explains that in a time where platforms own too much data, we are excited to provide the European ecosystem with a full feature SSI wallet. It is a core component of the upcoming Web3 movement. In just 2 years, Web3 and digital identification have defined high level concepts and protocols that will stand out. We, in turn, designed our SSI to meet those protocols and leave room to adapt and grow with future changes, guys. So, again, decentralized identity, and it's this one is going to be built on the Tezos network, as you can see, guys. Now, I honestly overlooked that, so that was a bit of a shock. However, Tezos has been on fire this week. Yesterday, they started working with Ubisoft. This weekend, the Hangshu upgrade went through. So, what we're seeing, guys, is a lot of the players for 2022. They are starting to show themselves. Okay. The industries for next year are starting to reveal themselves, guys. So we got to pay attention. My last story is actually going to solidify that. But first, we are going to cover the main event. Binance is offering the world's first IGO featuring AI robot, Sophia, guys. So this is very interesting. We're talking NFTs, artificial intelligence, robots, and the metaverse. Okay. AI robot Sophia is set to be tokenized and auctioned as part of a metaverse project called Noah's Ark. Binance is launching this campaign as an initial game offering. It will feature 100 intelligent NFTs available for auction on December 16th and be known as the transmedia universe of Sophia being AI. The IGO will showcase a history making limited edition 100 intelligent NFTs featuring Sophia. The collection will be known as the, of course, Transmedia Universe. Now, this one is new because no one has never necessarily done an initial game offering. But again, it brings us back to something that I mentioned in a previous video where we are now about to see, of course, the paradigm is shifting, but we are about to see no longer ICOs or IPOs, guys. We now have, of course, Binance initial game offerings, and we'll also have initial exchange offerings. So what this story highlights, guys, is not only, of course, the future tech and Sophia, which I thought was more associated with Cardano. We'll talk about that in a second. But we're also seeing new business models come into the space in the form of IGOs and IEOs. Okay. The metaverse, blockchain game, we saw the acceleration of that, the push of that to the forefront in 2021. Now, with this move here, with Noah's Ark, Binance essentially just introduced us to how blockchain games will now be presented to the people in 2022, guys. Initial game offering. Now, let's get some information on what in the world is Noah's Ark, because this is quite the interesting name. But it is billed as an intelligent metaverse, so a smart metaverse that intends to preserve and evolve humans' culture and collective intelligence. Sophia comes into play as a virtual anime version in this metaverse and will be known as Sophia being AI. While NFTs are generally inanimate, Sophia's being AI as an iNFT or intelligent NFT is reportedly able to interact independently with people inside of Noah's Ark, much the same way as Sophia does in real life. Commenting on this, the co founder of Being AI said Sophia would provide a link between humans and technology to help us attain states such as unconditional love. So that's deep, guys. But again, it's a resemblance of the future. Okay. It's a resemblance of the world that we are entering into, guys. Now, lastly, what I want to share with you again is this story, guys. Blockchains need to move towards standards for interoperable asset transfers. Guys, I'm going to just tell you like this. There is a global network being created. Okay. It's a global network being created. We're talking one world, one currency network. And on top of that, Web3, it breeds interoperability. Decentralized finance also breeds interoperability. Interoperability is the underlying theme in the blockchain space right now. Why is that? Because the goal is to build a global network, guys. This quote perfectly solidifies that. A new emerging economy, which includes blockchain native tokens, digital tokens, stablecoins, and CBDCs, requires interoperable blockchain standards. Now, the video that I have coming out for you later today, guys, it's going to paint a very, very vivid picture. Okay. We already know today is the day that a lot of people are meeting in Congress and in government. But what isn't being spoken about, guys, is what's going on around the world at the exact same time. Okay. This is the first time in human history where nations, many nations, are actually agreeing on something. Okay. And while they're doing that, what we see in mainstream media is virus this, tax this, and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, the bigger picture, the nations of the world are building an interoperable digital finance system. And once it's ready, they're going to hit the switch like, and no one will see it coming. Okay. No one will see this coming, guys. So I'm going to keep reiterating this story to you. especially as we get closer to 2022, guys. Okay. And again, all of this ties in. Every video that has come out this week is going to tie back into Sunday. And then after Sunday, guys, starting next week, that's when we're going to start the discussion on the industries for 2022 and, of course, the top 8 projects for 2022. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on this movement, guys. Okay. We're going to demystify the fog here. We're going to see straight through the fog because the industries that are going to rise are being highlighted now. And if we know where to look, we can take advantage of that information, guys. So, with all that being said, that's all I got for this video. If you found value in it, of course, you know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that way you never miss another one. And as always, I want you to have a great day, have a prosperous day. Most importantly, we are making this money. I'll see y'all in the next.